Welcome to the Bird's Eye View Sports Edition, and this is the day after the big game where Oregon and UCLA played the number 9 team UCLA versus the number 10 team Oregon. Game day was at Autzen. It was a sellout crowd. The weather was great to start the game. They had a little bit of weather in the middle, and then the rest of it was all great. But this game was supposed to be, UCLA coming out and giving it to Oregon and showing the world that UCLA belongs. But the thing is Chip Kelly hasn't beaten Oregon, and the 23 other teams that have come into Oregon have not beaten Oregon at home. And that's what would happen here also is Oregon would just absolutely demolish UCLA in this game. So we're going to watch some of these highlights real quick. All right, so to start out, we have a pass from Bo Nix, and this is to set the tone of this game, and this is how this game would go. So watch this play. Watch the top of the screen. Beautiful play. So Oregon goes down, and they kick a field goal. UCLA comes down, and Oregon stops them, and they kick a field goal. This is the next series of this game, and it's just the start of the second quarter. It was 3-3 to end the first, and then here we go with Oregon. You see number 3 here, right here. Watch him on this play. That's Terrence Ferguson. 1st and 10. Bam! Touchdown. Oregon goes up 10-3. UCLA comes back here. You ain't catching that guy. He's gone. It's 10-10. Oregon comes right back on the next possession, 1st and 10, and this bomb to Troy Franklin, that is a touchdown all day long. All day long. So now it's Oregon is up. It's 17-10, and Oregon is just about to kick this ball off. The weather is starting to roll in, and then Dan Lanning got balls of steel. Here he goes. Watch this call right here. The onside kick, the block, and recover. Now, I want to replay this play real quick because this was executed to absolute perfection. So you have the kicker right here at the top, right in the Pac-12 thing. I don't know if you can see that up there. And he's gonna kick the ball, and he's gonna be the guy that recovers it, and it has to go 10 yards to right here in front of the O, right? So watch the guy. I think it's this guy right here. Watch his block on the guy that's gonna run to the. I can't remember which guy it is, but they're gonna run up, and the guy's gonna block and give the kicker just enough time to recover this ball. Now, it was just enough, barely a block on this guy, just enough so the kicker recovers the ball. Oregon gets the ball back, 10-17 in the second quarter, and then Bo Nix does his thing. All right, here's Bo Nix. Now, look at where this play is, right? This is on Oregon's 39-yard line, so that's basically after a couple. I think there was a holding penalty which brought it back, which made it it was like 2nd and 17. I can't remember how it got there, but I'm pretty sure it was a penalty. But here we go. Troy Franklin again. That guy was money all day long. Not to mention there was the pass interference, and then Oregon gets the ball at the end zone. They're going to hand it off to James, the short yardage guy. And Oregon is now up big on UCLA, 24-10. At this point, this game was basically over. Like, the momentum shifted, and it was over. UCLA would try their best, but they just don't get much done here. They would end up kicking the field goal to make it 13-24. And then now it's 13-24. Oregon gets the ball back. They go all the way down. And then look at this, with 10 seconds left in the half, right? On 3rd and goal, Troy Franklin is somewhere. I think it's this guy right here, the blur. Yep. He comes all the way down in the corner, catches the touchdown, and this game is over at the half, 31-13. 31-13. To start the third quarter, UCLA got the ball. They would come down and kick a field goal. And then we have the tight end over the middle right here on 2nd and 4. For the touchdown, making it 38-16. And then UCLA, they didn't go away, but they don't, there's no way that you can keep up with Oregon scoring by kicking field goals. And this guy was a monster all day. He had a great game, just not enough to overcome the Ducks. They would go in and score his touchdown here. Okay, now it's the fourth quarter, the start of the fourth quarter. UCLA establishes some momentum with that touchdown to make it a 15-point game. But then Bo Nix would come right back, and at the top, you're going to have Bucky Irvington. Right here, leaks out, bam, and he's gone. You ain't catching him. He's scoring. That's another touchdown. 45-23. UCLA gets out of control, and they just throw it. Get this catch. This next pass here, he gets in serious trouble and makes a mistake, trying to make something happen. And interception for the Ducks with 7 minutes left. All right, so now UCLA is threatening, right? And it's 30-45. It's still a 15-point game, but UCLA is still threatening. It's 3rd and 12 on this play, and Nix does his thing. So there's 3:55 left, right? And this is 3rd and 12. If they stop Oregon here, Oregon's going to have to either try for a long 3rd down or a long 4th down, or they're going to have to punt it and then give UCLA another chance with the ball. But Bo Nix playing at a super high level, and here he goes. Takes the ball. Makes sure he gets the 1st down. And then basically seals this game. Now, so, okay, the reason this play is very interesting to me because it shows great clock management, and it shows a lot of... So what happened here was Oregon kneeled down, and they kneeled down 3 straight times, and there was still like 15 seconds left on the clock when this play goes off. And Bo Nix burns 15 seconds on this one play to end the game. And there was no time left when that happened, so that's game. So Oregon takes down number 9 UCLA, and they get that big victory. And Bo Nix had a game. I mean, he was 22 for 28 for 283 yards through the air. He had a 10.1 yard average. I think Oregon's average, I think that on TV they were saying it was like 9.5 yards per play or per 1st down play or something. And if you are ahead of the sticks like that, you are just not going to stop this Oregon team. Bucky Irvington had 19 carries for 107 yards. Noe Winnington had 12 carries for 73 yards. They're still doing by running back by committee, and it is still working. They piled up 262 yards on supposedly one of the best rushing defenses in the Pac-12. On top of that, Troy Franklin had a monster game with 8 catches, 132 yards, 2 TDs, and a 16.5 average. Bucky Irvington had 3 catches for 57 yards and a 19 average. That's crazy. But look at this. Look at this reception average, 12.9 yards, and even the rushing average, 5.7 yards rushing. That is just being ahead of the sticks every single time, and you're just not going to stop a team like Oregon with that. Dorian Thompson-Robinson had a fumble on that, but I think they recovered. He did have 1 interception in a game that was supposed to match up two supposedly people that are creeping into the Heisman talk, right? There was a lot of talk about Dorian Thompson-Robinson just, being that much better, blah, blah, blah. But Oregon proves that that is not the case. And Bo Nix, once again, had a 5 TD game. And he is, like, this is the crazy thing about Nix is, for all the talk, including myself, I was really down on Nix after that Georgia game. I didn't think he had it, but he stuck with it. They have bought into Dan Lanning's approach, and Dan Lanning right now is showing why he is one of the best new head coaches in this league, and not just best new head coaches in this league. He is one of the best head coaches in this league, obviously, right now, because think about this. If Dan Lanning had been at Oregon 2 years ago and had a chance to work with Justin Herbert, which as good as Oregon has been in the last couple years, right? Where would they have gotten to if Dan Lanning had inherited the team that had Justin Herbert on it? Man, that's bad. All right, so what do we got here? So after this, Oregon has moved up to number 8. They are back in the top. They were in the top 10 last week, but they have moved up. Everybody above them now, except for Alabama, has lost a game. I don't fault anyone for this rankings as it is, because I think it makes very good sense, right? Is Oregon lost to Georgia, got slaughtered by Georgia, but I think they are the next best one-loss team. I can't put them above Alabama because, Alabama is Alabama, and apparently Tennessee is really good. So I don't mind them being the second one-loss team, number 8 in the top 10. All these teams are going to play each other, and this is going to sort itself out here a little bit. Oregon is going to need some help, I think, to get any higher, with the only other ranked team being UCLA on their record. I mean, Utah on their schedule, unless they play USC in the championship game. But Ohio State's going to play Michigan. Tennessee's going to play Georgia. Georgia's going to play Alabama. So there's some stuff that's going to shake out here a little bit, but Oregon needs a lot of help to move back up. I don't know who's going to beat TCU in the Big 12. Clemson, I don't really think they play anybody else. So it's kind of one of those where Oregon needs a lot of help. But on another note, it's good to see that Mario Cristobal is being Mario Cristobal, and they lost to Duke 45-21. And Mario Cristobal is making records in the NCAA. I think they had 8 turnovers, which is like either the most or tied for the most ever or something like that. But it's very good to see that Mario Cristobal doing what he did at Oregon and taking a step back and a team. And the amount of money that they paid him, and it was such a good, and all the newspapers saying how, oh my God, what a coup, what a coup. Oregon, by far, came out ahead in this. Because I honestly don't think that Mario Cristobal and Miami will be bowl eligible this year, where Oregon is on pace to be in a New Year's Day bowl or possibly in the college football playoff. I mean, there's a lot of work ahead, but at this current pace, Oregon is already bowl eligible, and Miami Hurricanes are not, right? And that's just kind of what it is. And they got embarrassed, right? 45-21 against Duke. Oh man. And the thing is Miami they paid him like $89 million or something. Like they're stuck with him. There ain't nowhere to go from there. So it's good to see that. I'm glad that Miami got what they wanted and they got what they deserved, and more power to you. And Oregon is on the cruise, and we are just kicking some butt. And I can't say enough about Dillingham's offense. It is so fun to watch. It is fun to watch. And I guess that's for a whole Oregon is right now fun to watch. They're fun to watch on defense. They're fun to watch on offense. There's a lot of energy around this team, and Oregon is just doing their thing, and I am excited about it. So next up, Oregon, I believe, plays Cal. Yes, we go down to Cal, supposedly a really staunch defense. Again, they don't have any offense, so Oregon's going to walk in this game. I mean, they still have to play the game. You got to respect your opponent, but there's no way Cal can score 40 points on Oregon, and I see this game shaking out somewhere around probably 35-10 at best. And then, yeah, so Oregon has Cal, Colorado. They come back home for Washington that had to use field goals to beat. I forgot who they played. Did they play? No, they played. They played Stanford. No, that's not it. Who did they play? Oh, okay. So they played Cal and barely pulled that game out, 28-21. And it was I mean, it was 6-0 at the half, right? Or 9-0 at the half. Or no, it was 6-0 at the half, yeah. And then all the scoring happened later. But I don't really perceive this being a threat to Oregon, especially not at home. I think they're the 24th victory for Oregon at home. So yeah, Oregon's got Cal, Colorado, Washington, and then they have the big game against Utah, and then the bigger game I think is at Oregon State. This game, I don't even want to call this game. We'll wait till this game's close and see how Oregon State's shaking out. They play extremely good defense, and their offense is starting to come around. That may be a very, very, very dangerous game from Oregon at this point. But I think that one is probably a 9 out of 10 threat. Utah, I think, is a 7 out of 10 threat. All these other ones, I think, are like probably 2s and 3s. But we'll go from there. Much love, all.